Hello and welcome to Small Thought, Big Impact with Sony Thomas. Let me invite you to a small thought that can create a big impact for you in celebrating your life. I believe success has 7 billion different expressions and representation. So, is there an absolute constant called success? If there is not, then how can success be measured objectively? Then how can success be taught, coached, or mentored? Did you know that darkness technically cannot be measured? You see, darkness is a function of light, meaning darkness is the absence of light. Let's understand success by transposing the same idea of presence or absence of something to describe something else. Real success, not the one hit wonder, but eternal success like significance or legacy, is only real when there is a consistent presence of constructive habits or behaviors or beliefs that lead you to your potential. And inversely, failure is the absence of positive, constructive, or serving habits that trap you in mediocrity. You see, there are many habits that are serving, and some might even be more relevant than others, depending on the season of life you are in, the context you are in, and the goal you want to achieve. You see, like you and I, there was once a king who wanted to know the secret of success. He thought to himself, if I knew the right time to begin everything, he would never fail. Secondly, if he knew who were the right people to listen to and whom to avoid, he would never fail. Lastly, if he always knew what was the most important thing to do, he would never fail. Imagine having a success habit in place that can let us know the right time, the right person, and the right action. Isn't that amazing? The king asked his council for wisdom on this matter, but all in vain. So he set out to meet a hermit in the forest. When the king approached the hermit, he saw that the hermit was digging the ground in front of his hut. The hermit was so frail and weak, and each time the hermit dug his spade into the ground and turned a little earth, he breathed heavily and panted. So the king asked him his question, but the hermit continued to dig. Finally, the king, seeing the struggle of the hermit, offered to dig. Soon it was sundown, and still the hermit hadn't given an answer. The king decided to leave. At that very moment, a bearded man ran towards them, pressing hard against his stomach, with blood flowing out. The king and the hermit cleaned him up and dressed his wound, tended to his needs, and let him rest for the night in the hermit's hut. Once the bearded man gained consciousness, he apologized to the king and said, "My king, my intention was to kill you to avenge my brother's death. But because you had not come back from the woods, I came searching for you, and your guards wounded me. I escaped into your arms, and you took care of me." Hearing this, the hermit said to the king, "There is your answer to your question." But the king didn't understand. The hermit explained, "If you had not pitied my weakness yesterday, and had not dug these beds for me, but gone your way, then the bearded man would have attacked you, and you would have repented for not helping me out. So the most important time was when you were digging, and I was the most important person, and to do me good was your most important business." Then, later, when the bearded man came running, the most important time was when you were attending to him. For if you had not taken care of him, he would have died without making peace with you. So he was the most important person, and what you did for him was your most important business. Therefore, The most important time is now, because it is the only time when you have any power. The most important person is the person you are with now, because you may never know if you will ever get a dealing with him or her again. The most important affair is to do him or her good who is with you in that moment, because that is the purpose of life. So make success a habit by making it a habit to live in the present. Touch the person with whom you have influence in the present and do good for the person in the present. I'm grateful for this opportunity to pour into your life. And if I have brought value to you in your life, please share the message with others now so we can together build a happier world. Thank you for your time and make it a wonderful day. For more thoughts on celebrating life, I invite you to join the Celebrating Life community at celebratinglife.in.